Naomi is gone. A good break for LSK. And in comes the next batsman, Rion. A good start for the game. A good bowling change by the fielding team captain Ashok, bringing himself on to take on the honors of getting a wicket, which he has done very successfully. Second ball from Ashok on its way. The new batsman that's gone for a four, given a wide and a buys, I assume. A wide buys onto the leg side. These extra runs could be hurting when the game gets really close. And we have the new batsman on strike. Rian, the new batsman. Here comes Ashok with his reball. On there into the slot. Flick towards the leg side, towards mid-wicket. Bringing the batsman Nidish on to strike. Ashok back at his mark. In with his next ball. Very well balled and very well played by Nidish. Just dropped it in front of him and runs for a quick single. Rian back on strike. In comes Ashok. Slightly shot onto the leg side. Dab towards the square leg. They go for a double. A very fast single and a quick double. Very well kept by the keeper. Deflected it back to the stumps, however, not given out. But these promptness shown in the field comes in a long way in putting additional pressure to the batsman. They very well know they can't have any free runs. They got to work hard for each of the runs, ensure they're really, really quick on their feet. Here comes Ashok with the next ball. Very well played. Very well played. Straight back. A gentle push collected by fielder Barney at long on and passed it back to the bowler. That's the end of the over, bringing in Tanishq for his third over. And batsman Rian on strike. The weather has been all over the place. Thankfully, it's not been raining, but it's been sunny, a bit windy. Tanishq with his first ball onto the pads, and that's been clean. And plumb given out. Not the best of the shots that you should be playing at this stage of the game. To a fast bowler, trying to sweep the ball. Probably misjudged the line of the ball. Straight onto the pads, a clean appeal, and given out by the umpire. So Sheffield Blasters have lost their second wicket, bringing in Srinath on strike, the next batsman in. Very well balled by Tanishq. A full-length delivery straight onto the stumps hitting the pads given out by the umpire. LSK doing really, really well at this stage of the game. 2 quick wickets, putting pressure on the batsman. Not having given too many free deliveries. Pressure on. Tanishq in with his next ball. Fuller onto the pads again and give it out! Excellent ball there by Tanishq and LSK. As a batsman, you couldn't be playing your first ball like that. A fuller ball, a very full ball, straight onto the stumps. You got to play it straight, and you're given out. LSK roaring there. Brilliant bowling by Tanishq and a brilliant team effort by LSK, putting on the pressure onto the batsman, not giving away anything free. This is excellent bowling by Tanishq. He's onto a hat-trick. The first 2 deliveries have fetched him 2 wickets. Arun. We have the new batsman Arun walking in to take guard. He's on his mark. Bowler Tanishq running in for his delivery. Let's see if he's got it. Played well by Arun. That was a hat-trick delivery. Really nice and tight. Ball full still outside the off stump. Well defended by the batsman Arun. 3 brilliant deliveries at this over by Tanishq. In comes the next ball, slightly short onto the pad, but then drifting towards the leg. Not appealing for an LB, which is always a sign of a good bowler and a good bowling team. You appeal only when you know there is a chance, and not at every given ball which hits your pads. In comes Tanishq with his next ball. Again, Fuller, very well played by Arun for a single. A slight push towards the covers and a quick single. It's a brilliant over by Tanishq, very well bowled. All the pressure on the batting team. We've got the captain Ashok coming back for his second over. A good defense, very well bowled. It's a good length to bowl at. Batsmen are not too sure what to do and then safely opts to defend the ball. In comes Ashok again. Much more fuller. Soft hands, plays it towards the backward point, a misfield. And the batsman gets 2. Batsman ready. In comes Ashok. Well bowled and well defended by batsman Arun. That's what good cricket is all about. Look at the ball, play for the merit of the ball. A fuller one, played towards the leg side. The fielder from deep leg runs in, charges in, Gets it at a single and brings batsman Nidish onto strike. Nidish has been off strike for a while and has been seeing a couple of wickets trembling on the other side. Would be interesting to see Nidish's approach, whether he still goes for his big shots or tries to play in safe for a little bit. A shorter ball, slightly outside the off, tries for a cut, misses, well kept by the keeper, and that's the end of the over. That brings in Tanish to his final over. A run on strike. A very good ball, again onto the pads, deflected towards the leg side, picked up by the fielder at square leg. A single given off leg bias. Onto his second delivery by Tanishq. Runs into ball to Nidish. Oh, goes for a shot. Plays on the ground. Onto the fielder at long on for a single. The last couple of balls by Tanishq. Arun on strike. Slightly short. Plays with soft hands to the player at, to the fielder at backward point. Well fielded there. No run taken, or rather, no run given. Tanishq on to his next delivery. Arun on strike, picks it up really well, lofts it, doesn't time it well enough. The ball drops within the circle, but we did not have a mid-on, rather a long on, who runs forward, takes the ball and passes it on. This is possibly the last ball of Tanishq's over with Nidish on strike. Fuller, well played, well defended, straight back to Tanishq, and that's been an excellent spell by Tanishq. Two back-to-back wickets, creating pressure on the batting team, having to watch each and every delivery of Tanishq. And it also creates a mental pressure when you know a bowler has been able to take back-to-back wickets. You want to make sure you're not the next. Here comes Ashok, with Arun having a wild swing at it, misses it, well kept by the keeper. Ashok with his next delivery on, Arun on strike, connects it this time, straight onto the fielder at cover. Veera fields really well, passes it back to the bowler. No overthrows given. Bringing back Nidish on strike. Looks there is some injury concerns with the fielder Veera. He had already had his webbing cut a couple of weeks back. I believe it needed a medical intervention with having to have 2 or 3 stitches in his right hand. And looking at the way he is shrugging his right hand, it looks like possibly he might have hurt the same webbing again. We might have a substitute fielder going in place of Veera to cover him up. Yeah, yeah. I'll cover this over and pass it to you. Is it? So it is Nidish and Arun batting. Nidish is the taller one. Arun is the shorter one. Ashok the bowler coming in again. Nidish connects it really well onto the covers. Beautiful cover drive onto the boundary. Excellent. Excellent cover drive that by Nidish. Very well balanced. Did not look to overhit it. Played it on the ground. No risk whatsoever. Safely sent the ball to the boundaries. Excellent. Excellent batting, Nidish. Here comes Ashok for his next delivery. Nidish again on strike. This time a bit more quicker ball. Well defended. Nudged it towards the leg side and picked up by Tanishq on mid wicket. Comes in Senthil. This time played it late. A late cut. Soft hands for a single. And that brings to the end of Ashok's over. And we have a replacement fielder coming in for injured Veera. That brings in Rakesh for LSK with his first over. And Nidish on strike. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to put add yours as well? नहीं हो रहा? Hello? There comes Rakesh with his first ball onto Nidish. Very well driven. Very well driven towards cover for a single. And well fielded by the fielders. Pass back to the keeper. Arun, the batsman, comes on strike. And there's a change of field. Third man being dropped. And the square leg now coming into the circle. Backward square leg. Rakesh comes in with a second ball. Very well played by Arun. Again, driven towards deep cover. Bringing Nidish back on strike.
Sheffield Busters are going quite steady, 51 from 47 balls, a loss of 3 wickets. Rakesh bowling, and that's a shot towards a backward point for a single. Nidish takes a single, takes him to 16 of 18 balls, brings Arun on strike. Rakesh reminds me of Mohammad Amir from Pakistan. He's got a similar action. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a quick single, and they make it because of a misfield. Takes Sheffield Blaster to 53 of 3 from 49 balls. Nidish back on strike. We are nearly halfway through the match. Rakesh, next ball to Nidish. Oh, that's a really lovely ball. Missed it completely. And we are halfway through the match. 53 for 3 Sheffield Blasters. Nidish 16 of 19 balls. Arun 8 of 14 balls. We've got change in sides now. 10 overs have been bowled from one side. Quick change in sides. A bat change for Arun. And then we'll get going for the remaining 10 overs. That's an appeal for caught behind. Players seem to be convinced that there was a nick there, but umpire didn't, so it was a good dot ball. Oh, it hit the pad. Leg by. They ran a quick single. Leg by. Ashok Bhaskaran. He's bowled a tight spell so far. 19 runs of his 17 balls that he's bowled. Nidish on strike again now. I think Sheffield Blaster, it's time to start picking up the run rate. Good cover drive for a single. Takes Nidish to 17. Sheffield Blasters moving along nicely at 55 for 3 of 53 balls. Here comes Ashok bowling to Arun. That's a lovely lofted shot. For a 6, what a beautiful shot of a long off. It just came out of nowhere. He was going at a strike rate of 50 and suddenly he lofts a huge 6 over long off. And it's a massive ground that. So that was a lovely shot by Arun, taking him to 14 of 17 balls. Pulled again for a single. It was against the run of play, that shot. After 11 overs, Sheffield Blasters are 62 for 3. Rakesh back into attack. Rakesh to Arun. Oh, inside edge onto the pad and they take a quick single. Rakesh has bowled really good line and length. He's bowled really tight. He's bowled 8 balls for 6 runs. That's really good in the context of the game, a 100-ball game. Oh, lovely ball by Rakesh. Misses the outside edge of the bat. Keeper collects it nicely. It's another dot ball. Rakesh to Nitish again. A beautiful cover drive for a single by Nitish. Sheffield Blasters moving along nicely to 64 for 3 of 59 balls. A run back on strike. Last ball of the over. And it's a wide down the leg side. Arun did give it a good swipe. What? Because it's a T20, T100 game, so anything down the leg side will be a wide, so it's a wide. Rakesh will have to bowl the last ball again. To Arun. Here he comes. And a quick single to cover. End of 12 overs. 65 for 3. 66 for 3. Nitish on 18 of 22 balls. Arun on 17 of 21 balls. Sheffield Blasters going along swiftly on 66 for 3 of 60 balls. We have seen in the first semi-finals that 120, 130 is really good score on this ground. There's always run chasing pressure for the team batting second. And Gladiators bowled around 16 overs of spin. We've got a change in bowling here. Arun is on strike. He's playing at 117 from 21 balls. Ooh, that was a good Yorker. The, the batsman lifted his left leg in the air. He was on one leg, on right leg, and missed it totally. I'm surprised that he didn't give it from wide. Is Bharani Dharan the new bowler? Good shot. The long off fielder for a single by Arun. Brings Nitish back on strike, who's playing on 18 of 22 balls. Here comes Bharani to Nidhi. That's a good square cut. To the backward point fielder for a single. Brings Arun on strike. Sheffield Blasters 68 of 3 from 63 balls. I think the boundaries have dried out. They might need a few boundaries to pick up the scoring rate. And That's a close call. And it's out. Run out. Nidish Alukal is run out. There's no single there. Arun hit directly to the mid-wicket fielder, and he threw it directly at bowler's end to Varnidharan, who ran Nidish Alukal out. Nidish is out on 19 of 23 balls. Run out. Sheffield Blasters lose another wicket. They are now 68 for at the loss of 4 wickets in 64 balls. It was a good steady partnership going on in the middle overs. It was just an unnecessary run. That's what pressure does, like too many dot balls. Scoring nearly at 6 runs an over. Burney bowling to Arun again. And Arun lofts it over long on. And Rakesh has to run the ground to cover. And batsmen take 2 runs. That's successful over from Burney, taking Sheffield Blasters 70 for 4 of 65 balls. It's not a bad score, like we saw in the first game as well. Gladiators were steady throughout the first 65, 70 balls, and then in the last 30 balls they picked up scoring. So that's what Sheffield Blasters need to do here. They might need to get like 50 out of the remaining 35 balls to take them to 120, which is a little over par on this ground if you've got good bowling. Looks like Rakesh is continuing his spell. He's bowled 2 overs. He's coming in for his 3rd over now. Oh, that was a good. From where it looked like a quick off cutter. The batsman completely bamboozled. Missed it totally. Another dot for Rakesh. That's his 4th dot ball. Oh, that's a lovely shot. And it's a huge 6 on long on by Midun. M6. That's his name on the scorecard. Midun M6. He just picked the length so quickly and just went the full swing of the bat over long on. The ball was in the air for a long time. Oh, that's a lovely little dab. Played with really soft hands by Midun for another 2. 8 runs of 2 balls. That's what the Sheffield Blasters want now. A bit of energy, a bit of intent. In the last 6 overs. Here comes Rakesh again. A quick single. Takes Sheffield Blasters to 78 for 4. It's been a good over for Sheffield Blasters. 9 run coming off 4 balls, first 4 balls, and that's the last ball of the over. Oh, a good little Joe Root's dab for a single. Arun. So after the end of this over, Sheffield Blasters are 80 at the loss of 4 wickets in 70 balls. Last 6 overs to go. Dharnibaran is back into attack. His first over went for only 4 runs. This is the important phase of the match where Sheffield Blaster will look to exhilarate in the last part of this innings. Oh, that's a lovely shot over mid-wicket for 2, and they might go for third, but they decided to go against it. It was it's an okay throw from the boundary, but Arun hesitated. Mithun wanted the third, but Arun sent him back. Arun's playing on 21 from 26 balls. He's facing Barney now. Oh, he tried to do a scoop, but the ball hit the outside edge of the bat and went to on the left of the backward point between gully and point for a single. Brings Midun on strike. Midun started well. He's on 9 of 4 balls. Ew, that's a lofted shot, and it's a chance, and he's out. Midun's gone. He's gone for 9. He attempted to go for a huge 6 over long gone, but he got caught by the long gone fielder. I don't blame him for trying to accelerate the score. It's a good wicket for Burnidharan. He's bowled well so far in his 2 overs. Caught by Rakesh. Sheffield Blasters have been reduced to 83 for 5 of 73 balls. With the projected score of 114 at the current run rate of 5.68. Remember, Sheffield Blasters won the toss earlier and they opted to bat. Akhil Babu is the next batsman in. He's facing Burnidharan. And he plays on drive. Single to the long on boundary. That's a very tight over by Burnidharan. It's just gone for 6 runs of the 8 balls he's bowled so far. Akhil Babu is on. So Arun was on strike. A quick single and a very close call. An umpire gives him not out. It was a very tight call. Ball hit to backward point. The point fielder was quickly on the ball and threw straight in the wicketkeeper's hand, who took the bails out. But Akhil Babu made the ground. So at the end of the over, Sheffield Blasters are 85 for 5. 25 more balls to go. 5 more overs to go. Akhil Babu should be on strike. Now these 25 balls, Sheffield Blaster should at least attempt to get another 40 runs. If they get 40, it will take them to 125, which is a really competitive score on this ground, given what we saw in the first match. If they score run a ball, that's going to take them to 110, which will be kind of par score on this ground. And that's a good slash over point fielder for a single by Akhil Babu. Brings Arun on strike against new bowler, who's Ashwin. Next ball, Ashwin bowling. And Akhil Babu plays it nicely to long off for a single, taking Sheffield Blaster score to 87 for 5. Brings Arun back on strike. Ashwin to Arun. And that's a lovely for a 4. It was a full ball. Ashwin hit it. Ashwin to Arun, and he hit it on the leg side for 4. That was a good intent from Arun. Next ball. Oh, that's a lofted shot. It's a chance. Just falls short of the long on fielder. And Arun runs a 2. Both batsmen run 2 runs, taking Arun's score to 31 of 32 balls. He is accelerated in the last few overs. Sheffield Blasters have moved swiftly to 93 for 5 of 79 balls. This is the last ball of the over. Oh, he takes a huge swipe at the ball and misses it completely. Keeper calmly collects it for a dot ball, and that's over. After the end of 16 overs, Sheffield Blasters are 93 for 5. Arun playing on 31 of 33 balls. Akhil Babu just came in, 2 of 2 balls. The projected score at the current run rate is 116 runs, but they at least need 35 runs off last 20 balls. I want to remind the audience it's a very big outfield, so there are chances of singles to be converted into double runs. Ashwin back in the attack. Oh, he tries the scoop, but completely misses it. Looking at the umpire, is not given a wide, so I think he missed it completely. That's a dot ball. To Bharnidharan. Akhil Babu's just come in. He tried a expansive scoop on the first ball. Oh, he played a good shot towards long on. And batsmen take easy 2 runs. taking Sheffield Blaster score to 95 for 5 of 82 balls. There's a clear intent to accelerate now. Akhil Babu facing the next ball from Bernidharan. Again, a shot towards long on, fetching them an easy single. Rakesh has been busy. He's kind of been a magnet on the field. Ball has been travelling to him all the time. Last few overs, he's had at least 10 to 15 ball go towards him. Bernidharan has doing a good job for LSK. He's bowled 5 dot balls in his 3 overs with 1 wicket. Next ball, and he's lofted the shot. It's a catch. Oh, he nearly caught the ball, wobbled a bit, but then dropped the ball. So I'm surprised the batsman only ran a single run. There were easy 2 runs on there, but I think they thought the fielder was going to catch the ball, so that they missed a trick and didn't go for the second run. Arun's on strike, and he plays a lovely shot over cow corner for 6. That was a lovely shot over cow corner. He just picked the length quickly, rocked back, with a full swing of the bat, hit the ball over the cow corner for a huge 6. Sheffield Blaster with that 6. Sheffield Blaster have crossed 100 runs. They are on 104 for 5. And that was the last ball of the over. So after 85 balls, they are 104 for 5. I think this match with the ebbs and flows is similar to the first semi-final, where the scoring picked up in the last 4 or 5 overs. Let's see who LSK bring now to bowl. I think they've gone back to their senior, experienced bowler. Looks like Senthil is going to take the next over. Yes, it's Senthil Bhaskaran. He's got 2 overs left. He's bowled 10 balls for 19 runs in the first spell. He's come back for his second spell. This is going to be a crucial over. If he's going to bowl the last 2 overs, Arun, who has picked up his scoring, he's now on 39 from 35 balls with 2 massive 6s and 1 4, is facing Senthil. Ooh, Senthil just slowed down his bowling. Arun had to reach to hit the ball over mid-on fielder for a single. Senthil is just slowing down his pace, making sure that the batsman has to hit the ball hard to score off him. And that was a dot ball. He bowled outside off stump. Akhil Babu tried to play a square cut, but it inside edged it to the keeper. Next ball. Oh, he played a reverse sweep and played it successfully for 4 runs. These look good when they come off. It was a really good reverse sweep. Hit the toe end of the bat and went between the gully and the point fielder. 4. Next ball. Straight to cover for a single. Sheffield Blasters now on 110 for 5. That's the last ball coming to Akhil Babu. who hits towards cow corner for a single, and they are going for the second run. Oh, it's going to be a close call. I think the batsmen have made it. That was very good running from Arun for the second run. It didn't appear that he was going to make it, but the throw was slightly away from the stump, which made sure that Arun got a few precious seconds to return back in his crease. So at the end of this over, Sheffield Blasters 112 for 5. Last 10 balls of the match. Arun playing nicely on 44, 38 balls, and Akhil Babu on 8 from 7 balls. Boundaries have been difficult to get in this match. They need a few in these 10 balls. Ashwin bowling the next over. Arun played it straight down the ground to Rakesh, and that was a lovely throw from Rakesh from long on straight into the bowler's hand. But the batsman had enough time to take 2 runs. Arun on 46, Sheffield Blasters on 114 for 5. Ashwin to Arun. Oh, that's a lovely shot. It was a paddle sweep shot. He moved to his right. He premeditated the shot, moved a little bit to his right, made room, and picked up the ball nicely for a paddle sweep for 4. Taking him to his 50 runs. Well scored 50 for Arun. 40 balls, 50 runs, 3 boundaries, 2 sixes, a strike rate of 125. He needs to see it through now. Ashwin to Arun. And he steps down the pitch and misses it. Attempted an expansive shot over long on, but misses it completely. Keeper collects it swiftly and sends it back to the bowler. Next ball. Steps down the ground and he used a huge stop. It's going high in the air and the fielder's under it and he's got the ball. Tanishq. He came under the ball. He never looked like dropping it. He was pretty calm. He reached and he came under the ball and took a clean catch. Well played, Arun. He got out on 50. Brilliant 50. Helping Sheffield Blaster stabilizing the middle order and giving them a pass score at the moment of 118 for 6. Ashwin again back in the thick of things. He's bowled really well. It's a tough job for a bowler to come in the last 4 overs. So Ashwin was handed that responsibility of bowling the 17th and the 19th over. He's done really good. He's just given 14 runs of 9 balls. Took a wicket and with 3 dot balls. So last ball, Anish Thomas is the new batsman. He's going to face Ashwin. Sheffield Blasters on 118 for 6. Here comes Ashwin. Oh, and a shot towards long on, and they're attempting for 2 runs. This is a good throw from Rakesh, but it didn't reach the keeper. I don't blame him. It's a massive ground. And Anish Thomas picks up 2 runs off his first ball. At the end of the over, 19th over, Sheffield Blasters are 120 for 6. Akhil Babu will be on strike for the final over. 120 for 6. Let's see whether they give the final over to Senthil, or looks like it's Rakesh going to bowl the last over. I think that's a fair call. He's bowled well. He's just given 18 runs of his 15 balls that he's bowled. Given the match situation, that is a really good spell. He hasn't got a wicket yet, but he's bowled 4 dot balls, and he's beat the batsman on a few occasions. It's the last over. I think the Sheffield Blasters would be looking at least to fetch 10 runs of this over. Rakesh to Anish Thomas, who steps down the ground and hits it to her backwards square leg for a single, bringing Akhil Babu on strike. Akhil Babu has already faced 7 balls, so I think he's going to step down again. They're trying to come to the pitch of the ball. Rakesh is smart. He's pulling the length a little bit back, and he's bowled him. Yorked, totally yorked. Akhil Babu. That was a lovely ball from Rakesh. Akhil Babu got bowled. I think that was a few miles quicker than his previous ball. So that is a good change in pace. He put in a lot of shoulder on that ball. Sheffield Blaster 120 for 7. 121 for 7. Anish Thomas bowled for 2 runs, 2 balls. Last 3 balls of the match. Jaren Verghese on strike to Rakesh, and he hits the leg, goes towards backward between gully and point. 1 leg by, bringing Akhil Babu on strike. Last 2 balls of the game, Sheffield Blasters 122 for 7. Rakesh, next ball. Oh, he types a paddle scoop again, but caught by Senthil, showing off his football skills. Caught the ball, and the celebration was like a goalkeeper kicking a ball. Bit of frustration in that celebration, but a good wicket nevertheless. Sheffield Blasters 122 for 8. Rakesh gets 2 wickets. Last ball of the innings. Last ball. Last ball of the innings. Rakesh bowling to new batsman, who plays him on mid-on for a single, and they are attempting a second run, and it's going to be easy run out. So they get 1 run of the last ball, taking their scores to 123 for 9. Sheffield Blasters finished on 123 for 9. So LSK need 124 runs of the 20 overs. It's been a good, I think it's a pass score. Arun played really well for his 50 runs, well supported by Nidesh 19, Noman 18 runs, and the rest of the team were in single digits. Arun held the innings in the middle. He started off slow and then accelerated towards the end, hitting two massive sixes and three fours. Midun started well. He hit first ball for a huge six and then ended up scoring 9 runs of 5 balls. But overall, I think it's a good score. After seeing the first semi-finals, it's not easy to chase. And if a few dot balls and a good overs in the middle can change the dynamics of the chase. So I think it's going to be a difficult run chase for LSK if the Sheffield Blasters bowl well. We'll take a short break and continue the second innings after the short break.
നിങ്ങൾക്കും ഇതുപോലെ വിദേശത്തേക്ക് പറക്കണം എങ്കിൽ വരൂ ഗ്ലോബൽ സ്റ്റഡി ലിങ്കിലേക്ക്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 15-ൽ പരം വർഷങ്ങളായി 20-ൽ കൂടുതൽ വിദേശ രാജ്യങ്ങളിലെ പ്രമുഖ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റികളിൽ 37,000-ൽ പരം വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ ഉപരിപഠനത്തിനായി സഹായിച്ച മികച്ച എഡ്യൂക്കേഷണൽ കൺസൾട്ടൻസിയാണ് ഗ്ലോബൽ സ്റ്റഡി ലിങ്ക്. യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി അഡ്മിഷൻ സർവീസസ്, പ്രീ കൗൺസിലിംഗ്, പേഴ്സണലൈസ്ഡ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ സർവീസസ്, ടെസ്റ്റ് പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻസ്, സ്കോളർഷിപ്പ് സപ്പോർട്ട്, പ്രീ ഡിപ്പാർച്ചർ ബ്രീഫ്, അക്കോമഡേഷൻ അസിസ്റ്റൻസ് ആൻഡ് മെഡിക്കൽ ഇൻഷുറൻസ് ഗൈഡൻസ്. എല്ലാ സേവനങ്ങളും ഒരു വിരൽ തുമ്പിൽ. Global Study Link.
With an experienced team ready to give you sound advice, Lifeline Protect Limited really is your professional, trusted and secure partner for your insurance and mortgage needs. We know that when it comes to buying a house or remortgaging, securing a mortgage can seem to be difficult. But let us guide you every step of the way, and you'll see that finding the right mortgage can be surprisingly straightforward. We have access to a large pool of lenders, so identifying the lender that is suited to your needs is all part of the service. So talk to us today about your insurance and mortgage needs. At Lifeline Protect, we can assist you in protecting the future of the things that matter to you most. With an experienced team ready to give you sound advice, Lifeline Protect Limited really is your professional, trusted and secure partner for your insurance and mortgage needs. We know that when it comes to buying a house or remortgaging, securing a mortgage can seem to be difficult. But let us guide you every step of the way, and you'll see that finding the right mortgage can be surprisingly straightforward. We have access to a large pool of lenders, so identifying the lender that is suited to your needs is all part of the service. So talk to us today about your insurance and mortgage needs. At Lifeline Protect, we can assist you in protecting the future of the things that matter to you most.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the second innings of the second semi-final between Leeds Super Kings and Sheffield Blasters. We've got the Leeds Super King batsman in ready. Got batsman Barney on strike. And we have got Murugu at the non-striker's end. Sheffield Blasters setting their field in. Heroes, huh? Here comes the first ball onto Barney. A gentle dab, and it rolls back to the keeper. Batsman ready again. Here comes the second ball from Sheffield Blasters. Barney goes for a good swing, meets it right, and that goes for a beautiful four onto the leg side. A good positive intent from LSK batsman Barney. The first over sets in the mindset for both the bowling team as well as the batting team. You got to have a positive intent. Here comes the third ball. Much fuller, driven by the batsman, straight behind the bowler. And the batsman takes a quick single. Here comes the bowler in for Murugu. And Murugu has been clean bowled. A very fuller ball. The batsman tried to flick the ball. I think he completely missed the line of the ball. And the stumps are off. Very unfortunate there for Murugu. First ball. Not having enough time to read the pitch nor read the bowler. Unlucky there. In comes the new batsman at number 3, Jaibal. We have a boundary already scored in the first over, and we already have a wicket being lost. A bit too early for a wicket to be lost. Let's see if the new batsman can settle in fine. We need some good solid contribution from the top 4 or 5 batsmen. To chase a score of 120 plus, you need fair 3 good batsmen to score 25-30 runs each. In comes the next ball, well defended by Jaibal, and then he takes a quick single. Very well done. That brings the end of first over, bringing Jaibal back on strike. Jaybal back on strike, and we have the new bowler from Sheffield Blasters running in. Just short of length, and again bowled. The batsman couldn't read what was happening. Slightly short of length. The batsman was confused as to whether played straight or played a cross batted shot, having seen the length fall a bit short. The ball didn't bounce enough and headed straight onto the stumps. That's two quick wickets lost for LSK. And we have Unesh, the next batsman, walking in to take guard. Every time a wicket falls, it's always a challenge for the new batsman. First of all, adding in pressure straight after a fall of wicket, and now having to take a couple of balls to read the pitch, get a feel of the bowler, and also not wanting to hang around too long without scoring any runs. So with the loss of two wickets, we have Unesh on strike and Barney at the non-strikers. Here comes a new ball. Again, shot on the offside, played it very late with soft hands down to deep slip. Very well executed by the batsman. Though it was shot, Dean tried to overhit it. Played late. We have Barney on strike now. In comes the bowler. Much fuller. Missed by the batsman. Well picked by the keeper. Next ball comes in. Barney on strike. Shot. Goes for a slog sweep. Misses the ball. Not the best way to counter-attack this bowler. As we have seen in the last few balls, though the bowler is bowling short, there isn't a considerable amount of bounce off this pitch by this bowler. You got to anticipate the ball keeping low. In comes the next ball. Much more fuller. Played it towards the onside for a quick single. And that should bring to the end of the over. I would be more keen to see LSK stabilizing their innings. Not taking too many risky shots. Instead, getting as many singles and converting most of the singles into doubles. Keep the scoreboard ticking without losing any more wickets. In comes the new over with the new ball. Barney goes for a massive swing. And that's a 4. Good try by the fielder. It was getting the fielder was very close to the ball. A slight misjudgment of the bounce, and unfortunately, he misses it on for the ball rolling onto the boundary. At this stage of the innings, go by the merit of the ball. Well played, well bowled and well played. We have Amritesh back in with his first ball being bowled for a dot. In comes Amritesh for his second ball. flicked by Barney onto the leg side, goes behind the stumps, chased by the fielder, picked up and thrown back to the keeper. It was, beg my pardon, it was a flick shot intended, but then the ball was being given wide, so that adds up 3 runs to the team. 2 runs for running and 1 for the extra wide. Amritesh again back to Barney. Slightly short. Nice gentle push towards the cover by Barney. Well fielded by cover and no run there. In comes Amritesh. Barney on strike. Slightly slower. Well picked by Barney. Driven to long off. And in comes 2 runs. Very well run. Keeping up some of the very basics of running the first run as fast as you can always gives you an opportunity to make it for the second. Well executed by the batting pair Unais and Barney. Amritesh onto his second last ball of the over. Swing and a miss by Barney, and that's been given out by the umpire for caught behind. The batsman looked a bit unsure at the decision, but there was a very strong appeal by Sheffield Blasters, and Barney has been given out. Leeds Super Kings at 24-3 at the end of 19 balls, and Amritesh at 2 wickets and 7 runs of 9 balls. There's 1 more ball to finish this over. In comes the batsman Murali of LSK. That was quite unlucky for Barney, one of the mainstay hitters of the LSK team. LSK team would have expected him to stay Barney for a little bit longer, another 4-5 overs, and get the expected 30-30 odd from most of the top order batsmen. The new batsman Murali on strike. Last ball of the over. Very well defended. No run in there. And Amritesh finishes his 2 overs with just 7 runs and 2 wickets. I believe we've got a new bowler, Vishnu. A very quick bowler. I've played against Vishnu a couple of seasons, even the last season and a couple of seasons before that. He's always been a quickie. Got a beautiful action which complements his pace. Vishnu on his run up. Unais, the wicketkeeper batsman, facing the first ball of Vishnu. In comes Vishnu, pumping in. First ball, defended by Unais. Picked up back by the bowler himself. The weather has been interesting today. In comes Vishnu with the second ball. Played and missed by Unais. Picked up by the keeper. The sort of pace Vishnu is bowling, the batsman needs to get a bit more used to the pace. Much fuller onto the pads, dab towards the leg side, goes for a single. Not given a leg bye, so presumably there was some inside edge involved as well. Bringing Murali back on strike. And Vishnu onto his fourth delivery. Full ball, defended, drop dead, and a quick single by Murali. Good run that. As long as there aren't too many dot balls joining up and every single does count. So drop it, dab it, push it, get in your scoreboard ticking. Last ball of this over. Unais excellently played onto the pads, very well flicked, and there's a misfield. They could have gone for a double, but then they chose not to. I think the intent from the very beginning was just to have a single. A tidy over there by Vishnu. 5 balls, 3 runs. No wickets though. At the end of 25 balls, Leeds Super Kings are 23 for 3. Beginning of the new over, Unais on strike. A gentle push towards the covers. Srinath is the new bowler. First ball up. Dot ball. Unais back on strike. That was a close call. Unais stepped out, missed, caught well by the keeper, and then stumped. The leg umpire signals not out. So you can see some amount of desperation from the batsman with the scoreboard not ticking, with not many boundaries coming in after Barney got out. They want to keep the scoreboard moving, but got to ensure the top order doesn't take too much risk as well at this stage of the game. Got a long way to go. So pull and a miss by Unais. Three dots by bowler Srinath, doing pretty well. Running back in Srinath onto Unais. A flick and a miss onto the pads. It was an appeal for LB and the umpire signals down the leg. Seems to be some lapse of concentration or some lapse of focus from the batsman, probably due to the scoreboard not moving. In comes the bowler onto Unais. Well defended, soft hands, just dropped the ball in front towards the cover and ran for a quick single. That brings the end of Srinath's over. Tidy over, 5 balls bowled, just 1 run given in 4 dot balls. At the end of 30 overs, LSK stand at 24 for 3. With a single at the last ball of the previous over, Unais back on strike. Vishnu, the bowler, coming back for his second over. Running in. And it was a swing and a miss by Unais. Vishnu back to his running crease. Running in. Dab. Too high. Appeal. The umpire not interested. There's a bit of a pressure adding on. Scoreboard not moving. Nace takes a short break just to address the ball hitting on his legs. All looks well. Batsman back in the crease. Vishnu back at his run up. Charging into an ace. And play and a miss. Well picked up by the keeper. So the batsman needs to change something here. It doesn't have to be very drastic in terms of, going for big swings and heaves and trying to connect every ball. It just needs to be, try and nudge the ball towards the gaps and go for singles and convert them to doubles. And he's there again, dabs the ball towards the point and runs in for a quick single. That again was the last ball of the over, which means Unais retains the strike. The required run rate is creeping at the moment. Super Kings need 99 runs of 65 balls, quite a bit of a catching up to do. They need some really, really good overs, 2 or 3 big overs to catch up with this run rate. And the more they delay that, there's going to be more added pressure onto the batsman coming down the order. In comes the bowler onto an ace again. Oh, lovely drive onto the covers. Fielded by the sweeper cover. That's one. Unais back to the non-strikers end and Murli at the strikers. Srinath with his next ball in. Murli dabs it. A very good single. Doesn't look to overhit. Doesn't look to power hit. Just bat on ball and get running. That's a good strategy. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Convert the dots to singles. Convert the singles to doubles. They all add up at the end. The bowler charging in. Unais goes for a heap and lands in soft, lands in safe. Took the top pitch, travelled over the keeper, but then landed well and short of the short third man. There was a helmet placed behind the keeper. Had the team been lucky enough to hit the helmet, they would have got free 5 runs. Murli back on strike. Very well driven. In between the cover and the point, the sweeper charges in and ensures there's only a single and not more. Slowly ticking the score on to 29 for 3 in 39 balls. In comes the last ball of the over from Srinath, who's had a very tidy spell so far. Unais, excellent drive towards the mid-off, and the mid-off fields, they should convert that to a double. Yes, the first single being quick enough ensured that they converted to a double. Well fielded by the fielder at long off though, had a fair bit of ground to cover with a tree right in the middle of the ground towards the boundary as well, ensured he ran across the tree and covered the field well in time. got a change of bowler now. And we have Murli on strike. 31 for 3 of 40 balls for LSK. In comes the bowler. Murli defends it straight back into the mid-wicket fielder. Jaren Verghese is the new bowler. Generating a fair amount of pace for the short run-up that he has. Dot ball, well balled by Jaren, well defended by Murli. Again, as I said, the dots, if they could convert to singles. Third ball, driven again back to the bowler. The bowler misses it, and the ball races back to the fielder at long off, who picks it in time and returns and doesn't give more than one run there. Well fielded there. Unais on strike. A slower ball, not picked up by Unais, but ensures he doesn't miss hit it, rather defends it for a not. Bowler charging in again, much quicker on the leg side. It's a wide given by the umpire. The ball races to the boundary, and that's a 4. That's an extra ball. Extra run for the wide, and 4 for the byes as well, extras. All of these count. Every single run that LSK could squeeze in makes a huge difference. Probably the extra pace the bowler was generating is what lost his line. A very good ball there, yeah. Just short of length, straight on to the batsman. Not much the batsman could do. End of the over at 45 balls. LSK are 37 for 3. LSK has got 5 more balls from this end, after which there would be a change of ends. Murli on strike. In comes the bowler to Murli. It was Amritesh, who's been very successful. 11 balls, 7 runs and 2 wickets. Something very interesting with the action of Amritesh is that he seems to be generating a fair amount of pace, but then his short balls does seem to be staying low. He's not had huge bounce, probably because of a semi-slingy action that he uses. And that's what has costed 2 wickets at the beginning of the innings. In comes Amritesh. Murli on strike. Again, a dot ball. Murli just dabs it back to the fielder at short cover. Murli on 4 and Unesh on 10 of 21. Neither of them have hit any boundaries so far. That's Murli trying a drive and missing it out. With each passing dot ball, the gap between the balls and the runs required seems to be increasing exponentially. In comes the bowler. Again, defended straight back, a dot ball, and that's the end of the over. Amritesh at 7 runs for 15 balls and 2 wickets. A very tidy spell so far. At the end of the half of innings, 50 balls played so far. LSK are 37 for 3. A short drinks break asked by the batting team. A quick sip of water. Change of ends. Bowlers would charge in from the opposite end. We have Unais at the batting crease, Murli at the bowling side. There's a bit of a discussion with the bowling team in terms of field placement, with the same change of sides. Now, the leg side is the longer side when batting from this end. This is a fairly big ground, a really big ground, so it's only relative, the leg side being longer than the offside is relative. You got about, you have a 30-yard circle, and then you got at least about 20-25 yards towards the boundary on the shorter side, which isn't small by any means. The field is set. Bowler back to his run up. Charging in to Unesh. Goes for a flick onto the leg side. The ball is traveling fast enough. The fielder chasing it hard enough. There's a stop. Got to see whether it stopped it before the boundary. It looks like he's saved the boundary. Excellent, excellent top work by the fielder there. Managed to stop the ball just a couple of inches off the boundary rope. In comes the bowler to Murli. Wow, excellent cut shot that played by Murli. Goes for a quick single, comes back for the second. The ball has been picked up and thrown. Excellent run that, yeah. This is what was required a little earlier, but at least now the team seems to be picking it up. Murli again on strike. Short ball again. Tried to cut the ball, late cut, missed by the batsman and picked up by the keeper. Bowler Jaran has been doing fairly well. Murli goes for a swing and a miss. Keeper ensures it's just a dot ball. In comes Jaran for his last ball of the over and tries a paddle sweep and a miss. And that's the end of Jaran's over. End of 55 balls, LSKR 42 for 3.
It's getting difficult for LSK now. They need 82 runs of 45 balls. Murli on strike. Murli has scored 6 runs of 16 balls. Unesh is on 13 runs of 22 balls. I think they need big shots now. It's 82 runs required of 45 balls. the next ball where he tries a reverse scoop. And the batsman goes for a second run. And it's going to be close. And the umpire's given him out. That was a close call. It was an unnecessary second run. The fielder had already caught the ball when they ran for the second run. And in due process, Unesh Edwin has been run out. He scored 14 runs of 24 balls. Mithun got his wicket off his first ball. I think it might be blessing in disguise for Leeds Super King because Unesh was going nowhere. He scored 14 runs of 24 balls. Leeds Super Kings now 43 for 4. Require 81 runs of 43 balls. And we have seen in the previous game that it's really difficult to score quick runs on this ground. Got big boundaries, so the batsmen have to run really hard. The umpire trying to fix the stumps. New batsman is a left-hander. And here comes Midun. Oh, is the balls hit the hip? He was trying to play a square. It's a dot ball, another dot ball. And he's bowled. It was a full ball. He played on back foot. Was trying to play a late cut and completely missed the ball. And he's bowled for duck. It's getting very difficult now for LSK to revive this game. Danish Suresh is a good batsman, quite technical, but totally missed a straight one there from Midun and bowled first ball. Leaving Leeds Super Kings at 43 for 5 of 59 balls. They need 81 runs of 41 balls, which is a steep ask. Players are taking a quick break, drinks break. An umpire has gone for a comfort break. Burney started well for Leeds Super Kings, scoring 2 quick fours and getting 14 runs of 14 balls. But since his wicket, it's been an uphill task. Murugu gone first ball, bowled Anish Thomas. Then Jayabal bowled Amritesh for 1 run of 2 balls. Unesh Edwin did a good job, but he played too many balls. He got 14 of 24 balls at a strike rate of 58.33. Tanishq bowled Mithun for 0, leaving Leeds Super Kings at 43 for 5. We are just about to resume after the drinks break. Leeds Super Kings require 81 runs of 41 balls, which is a really steep task on this ground. Midun bowling his last ball. Batsman tries to square cut and completely misses it. It's a dot ball. Another dot ball. After end of 12 overs, Leeds Super Kings are 43 for 5. Sheffield Blasters have bowled really well. They've bowled straight, they've bowled quick. And most of the LSK batsmen have been beaten for pace. Unlike the previous game between Gladiators, where we saw like 16 overs of spin, this game we're just seeing all pace. Looks like we're going to get our first spinner now. Or maybe not. Let's see. He's got a short run up. No. Looks like a medium pacer. Next ball. Hits bad. Going down. Umpire signals going down for another dot. New batsman is Murali Krishna Kumar. Vishnu Das is the bowler. Here comes Vishnu. And inside edge goes to his leg side for a quick single. Chance for an overthrow, but they decide against it, bringing Ashok Bhaskaran on strike. Leeds Super Kings 44 for 5. And he plays a beautiful cover drive. And the fielder chasing it, puts in a good dive and stops and saves 2 runs for the team. That was really good fielding on the boundary by the fielder. A commendable effort on the boundary. Here comes Vishnu again. Batsman charges down the pitch. Hits it towards long off for a single. A quick throw in back to the bowler. Brings Ashok back on strike. LSK 48 for 5. Good cut shot by Ashok Bhaskaran for a single to its backward point. So at the end of 13 overs, LSK are 49 for 5. Required run rate is 12.86, which is very difficult on this ground, given that they have already lost 5 wickets. It's an uphill task for LSK. Their current run rate is 3.77. Midun, Bakan. That's a good shot. Going towards the boundary. And that's a 4. That's a lovely cut shot by Murali, fetching him 4 runs between gully and point. They're one of the few balls where the Sheffield Blasters bowlers have given them a bit of width, and that was utilized by Ashok for 4 runs. Next ball. Short ball, dab down towards point for 1 for a quick single. Bringing Murali on strike. Murali again with a strike rate of 42. He needs to up the ante a bit. Another dot ball Tries to play through the covers but misses it completely. Keeper collects it. Lead Super King requires 70 of 32 balls. Murli bowling again. Tries an expansive shot but hits him high on the bat for a quick single. Brings Ashok Bhaskaran back on strike. Ashok Bhaskaran has shown some intent. He scored quick fire 9 runs of 5 balls. That's what the LSK team need at the moment. Oh, he tries to cut the ball but misses it completely. Another dot ball by Mithun. Leads Super King struggling now at 55 for 5 of 70 balls. 6 overs to go. They need at least 2 boundaries every over now to make a game out of it. Otherwise, it's a done deal. It's a very difficult target to chase for them at this strike rate. Anish Thomas, next bowler in. Quick single towards the cover. Brings Ashok Bhaskaran back on strike. Ashok's playing on 9 of 6 balls. Anish comes back in. Oh, it was chance for a run out at the non-striker's end, but it missed the stumps. So LSK 56 for 5. Anish comes in again to Ashok and bowls him. Inside edge onto the stump. That's the 6th wicket for LSK. I think the game is done. LSK are finding it really difficult to score here. Anish Thomas to Bhaskaran out bowled. 9 runs of 8 balls. Leaving LSK 56 for 6. Sheffield Blasters have bowled a really tight line. They haven't given any bit to LSK batsmen. They've made them work. LSK batsmen seem to have struggled with the pace of some of the Sheffield Blasters bowlers. There are far too many dot balls in this inning. They weren't able to convert dots to singles or singles to doubles. And that has led to a current run rate of 3.84 for the inning so far. And the required run rate is 15.11. Anish to Rakesh, who's the new batsman. Played it back to the bowler. Another dot. Here comes Anish for the last ball of his over. Rakesh tries to play a cut shot, but misses it completely. Another dot. And that end of an over. 5 overs to go. LSK needs 68 runs of the last 5 overs. .32. So nearly 4 boundaries required every over from here on if LSK were to come anywhere close to the target. Jaren starting the next over. And the batsman is edged at LBW. I thought the batsman came down the pitch, so it might have been a, a 50-50 call, but umpire has adjudged him LBW. LSK are 56 for 7 now. Murli Krishna Kumar out to Jaren Burgess. I think the game is more or less over now. It sets up an exciting finals between Gladiators and Sheffield. The interesting bit is I think Gladiators are going to go for all their spinners and Sheffield Blasters are all pace bowlers, so it's going to be an interesting game. Game of spin and pace. Jaren comes in for the next ball. A late cut for a single. Takes Ashwin off strike. Brings Rakesh back to on strike. Jaren has bowled well. He's bowled 8 dot balls. Another single, quick single to Rakesh. Taking LSK on 59 for 7. Here comes Jaren again to Ashwin. Ashwin plays a ball towards a point for a quick single. LSK need 65 more runs of 21 balls. Here comes Jaren again. And it's a wide down the leg side. Nicely collected by the keeper. Here comes Jaren bowling to Rakesh. He tries to play a square cut and misses it completely. Another dot ball. And at the end of this over, LSK are 59 for 7 after 80 balls. So another 4 overs to go. LSK have really struggled with the pace of Sheffield Blaster bowlers. I don't think there was anything in the pitch. It's just they couldn't handle the pace of the Sheffield Blaster bowlers and far too many dot balls for the inning. Anish is starting his next over. A single to backward point. Brings Rakesh back on strike. Single to Ashwin there. Pardon me, it's Jaren who's. That's another single to Rakesh. Here comes next ball. Quick single to Gully. Brings Rakesh back on strike. LSK 63 for 7. Brings Rakesh back on strike. Goes down the leg side for a wide. I think extras may be the second top scorer of the game for LSK. A slower delivery played towards point for a quick single by Rakesh. Brings Ashwin back on strike. I think LSK have surrendered there. They're just playing singles now. They're just trying to play through the game. And they're trying to sneak a quick double. And they make it. The keeper apologizes to the batsman. I think the game's done now. They're just trying to play through the overs. At the end of that over, LSK are 67 for 7. 3 more overs to go. Amritesh back into the attack. Amritesh bowled really well. He bowled out of his 15 balls, he bowled 12 dot balls. Just gave away 7 runs with 2 wickets. Here comes Amritesh. And they sneak a quick single to the cover area. Rakesh is just playing singles, getting his singles now towards cover and point. Brings Ashwin back on strike, who's playing on 6 from 5 balls. Here's Amritesh coming in. And bowled! What a lovely ball. Again, beaten for pace. It was too late for that shot. And the bails were gone, flying up in the air. Ball's gone past the boundary. LSK reeling at 68 for 8. It's a match-winning performance by Amritesh. 17 balls, 13 dot, 3 wickets, 8 runs. It brings in Senthil, who's had a good day with the ball. LSK are struggling at 68 for 8. The match is nearly over because the required run rate has gone past 25 now. It's just a matter of playing these 2 overs. 2 wickets to go. Amritesh is looking to get his 5 here. Another quick one. Nicely played. Well watched by Senthil. Played towards mid-wicket. At the end of 88 balls, LSK are 68 runs for the loss of 8 wickets. Here comes Akhilesh again. Nicely dabbed by Senthil Bhaskaran. Another dot ball. Takes his tally of dot balls to 14. So he has bowled, out of 18 balls, he has bowled 14 dot balls. Got 3 wickets. That's the last ball of his spell. Senthil tries to play a square cut but misses it completely. Keeper calmly collects it, and that's end of an over. After 90 balls, Leeds Super Kings are 68 for 8. Rakesh playing on 4. Senthil is yet to open his account. Sheffield Blasters are in no rush to bowl the next over. They all look tired. They haven't done much, to be honest. Like, there have been so many dot balls in the innings. The fielders on cow corner and point, square leg, haven't been in action the entire day today. It's all been inside the circle. All the action has been inside the circle, 30-yard circle. Here comes Vishnu to Rakesh. Plays a square cut for a single. Senthil on strike now to Vishnu. Vishnu's got a good action and a long run up. Here comes Vishnu. Senthil plays towards mid-wicket for another dot. Eight balls to go to finish this innings. Next ball, expansive cover drive but misses it completely. Senthil tries an expansive cover drive but misses it completely for another dot ball for the innings. Vishnu is not getting some really good pace here. And that's another play and miss. Another expansive drive but missed it completely for pace. Don't blame Senthil because the top order really struggled against the pace as well. So you don't expect much from the last two batters. Oh, Senthil plays a lofted shot to long on for a single. And that's at the end of the over. Leeds Super Kings are 70 for 8. Last over for the game. I think we're going to get some spin finally. Looks like we're going to get the first spinner for the innings. And why not? Like they've already won the game. It's a case of just bowling those 5 balls now. Here comes the spinner with his off spin. Nice flighted delivery. Senthil plays it towards mid-on for another dot. Arun is the bowler, new spinner. And that's a quicker off delivery, and that's played nicely lofted over point. But straight to the fielder, who covers nicely and just gives a single to Senthil, bringing Rakesh on strike. Next ball from Arun. And Rakesh plays a good lofted cover drive. And there's a bit of football skills on display here at the boundary by the fielder. Just for a single run. I think Senthil wants to play the next few balls. They didn't run anymore. Just a single there. Senthil coming down the track. Just plays towards mid-on for a single. And last ball of the innings. and Rakesh plays it square leg for a single. And that's it. Sheffield Blasters have won the game easily. They have beaten LSK by 50 runs. It's a huge margin. LSK were beaten for pace. Like they couldn't handle the pace of Sheffield Blasters bowlers. Bernie Dharan gave them a good start. He scored 2 quick boundaries, but after that it's been an uphill task. None of their batters, only 2 of their batters managed to go in the double figures. Where Unesh Edwin, although he scored 14, but he took 24 balls. And Murli Krishna Kumar, again he scored 10, but he took 23 balls. So it was an uphill task. Like I said, extras were the second highest. There were 10 wides in the innings, and they are the second top scorer for the innings for LSK. It's been played in a good spirit. The players are now shaking hands. And it sets up a nice final between Leeds Gladiators and Sheffield Blasters. Thank you for all those who have joined us. We will take a short break and meet you for the final game now.